In 1945, a young soldier named John Morrison lay dying on a battlefield in the Pacific. Shrapnel had torn through his abdomen, creating wounds that medics declared unsurvivable. Yet 3 days later, when rescue teams found him, something impossible had occurred. His wounds had closed at a rate doctors had never witnessed. Tissue regenerating so rapidly it seemed to defy every known principle of human biology. Morrison's case would become one of the first documented instances of what scientists now call accelerated tissue regeneration, a phenomenon that challenges everything we thought we knew about the human body's healing potential. But Morrison wasn't alone. Scattered throughout medical literature are dozens of similar cases. People who heal at speeds that seem almost supernatural. A construction worker whose severed fingers regrew functional tissue in weeks instead of months. A burn victim whose third-degree wounds closed without scarring in a fraction of the expected time. A cancer patient whose tumors disappeared at rates that baffled oncologists worldwide. These aren't miracles or medical anomalies. They're glimpses into a hidden capability that may exist within all of us, the power to heal at twice the normal speed, or even faster. The question that has captivated researchers for decades is simple yet profound. What if accelerated healing isn't a rare genetic gift, but a dormant superpower waiting to be awakened in every human being? Recent breakthroughs in regenerative medicine are revealing that our bodies may possess cellular mechanisms far more sophisticated than we ever imagined. Scientists have discovered growth factors that can double healing rates, identified genetic switches that control tissue regeneration, and uncovered evidence that the speed of healing may be governed by systems we're only beginning to understand. The ancient Greeks believed in the concept of vis medicatrix naturae, the healing power of nature. They understood something we're just rediscovering, that the human body contains an inherent blueprint for repair that operates at levels far beyond what we consider normal. Modern science is now proving that this ancient wisdom may have been more accurate than anyone dared to believe. Throughout history, certain individuals have displayed healing abilities that seem to transcend normal human limitations. In medieval chronicles, chroniclers documented knights who recovered from mortal wounds with impossible speed. Traditional healers spoke of patients who possessed strong blood, an ability to mend bones and tissue at remarkable rates. But it wasn't until the 20th century that science began taking these reports seriously. The catalyst came from an unexpected source: military medicine. Battlefield surgeons during World War II began noticing patterns among wounded soldiers. While most patients healed according to predictable timelines, a small percentage recovered at speeds that defied medical explanation. Dr. Harold Simmons, a field surgeon in the European theater, documented over 30 cases of anomalous healing between 1943 and 1945. His meticulous notes described soldiers with compound fractures that healed in weeks instead of months, and deep lacerations that closed without infection in record time. These men seemed to possess an internal mechanism that accelerated every aspect of tissue repair, Simmons wrote in his classified medical reports. The first controlled study of accelerated healing began in 1967 at Johns Hopkins University. Researchers examined blood samples from individuals who had demonstrated unusually rapid recovery from injuries. What they discovered changed everything. These fast healers possessed elevated levels of specific growth factors, proteins that signal cells to divide and repair tissue at accelerated rates. Dr. Margaret Chin, who led the groundbreaking research, found that fast healers produced up to 300% more platelet-derived growth factor, PDGF, than normal individuals. Even more intriguing, their cells responded to these growth signals with unprecedented efficiency. We were looking at a biological system that had somehow optimized itself for repair, Chin explained in her landmark 1971 paper. The implications were staggering. If science could understand what made these individuals heal faster, it might be possible to replicate that process in everyone. The race to unlock the secrets of accelerated healing had begun. Initial studies focused on the obvious factors: genetics, immune response, and cellular metabolism. Researchers discovered that fast healers possessed certain genetic variants that affected collagen production and inflammatory response. Their immune system seemed calibrated to clear damaged tissue more efficiently while promoting regeneration. But genetics alone couldn't explain the phenomenon. Identical twins sometimes showed dramatically different healing rates, suggesting that environmental or psychological factors played crucial roles. This observation led researchers down an unexpected path, investigating the connection between mind, stress response, and cellular repair. The breakthrough came from an unlikely source: studies on meditation and cellular regeneration. In 1998, researchers at the University of California discovered that individuals who practiced specific meditation techniques showed measurably faster wound healing. The effect was so pronounced that it caught the attention of the Department of Defense, which began funding research into enhanced human performance. Dr. James Rodriguez, a molecular biologist studying cellular regeneration, made a startling discovery while examining tissue samples from fast healers. Their cells contained elevated levels of telomerase, an enzyme that protects chromosomes from degradation and is associated with cellular longevity. These individuals weren't just healing faster, Rodriguez observed, their cells were aging more slowly. The connection between healing speed and cellular aging opened entirely new avenues of research. Scientists began examining the role of stem cells in accelerated healing. They discovered that fast healers maintained larger populations of active stem cells throughout their lives, and these cells responded more quickly to injury signals. Even more fascinating was the discovery of what researchers termed cellular memory. Fast healers' cells seemed to retain information about previous injuries, allowing them to respond more efficiently to similar damage. This suggested that healing speed might actually improve with experience, that the body could literally learn to heal faster. The role of the nervous system in healing proved equally important. Fast healers showed enhanced communication between their brain and injury sites. Their nervous systems seemed hardwired to prioritize healing, directing resources and attention to damaged areas with remarkable precision. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, a neuroscientist studying pain and healing, discovered that fast healers processed pain differently. Their brains showed increased activity in regions associated with healing and repair, while showing decreased activity in areas linked to stress and inflammation. It's as if their entire nervous system is optimized for recovery, Mitchell noted. Perhaps most intriguingly, researchers found that healing speed could be influenced by belief and expectation. Patients who expected to heal quickly showed measurably faster recovery rates than those who anticipated lengthy recovery periods. This mind-body connection suggested that accelerated healing might be partially under conscious control. The military applications were obvious. Soldiers who could heal from combat injuries twice as fast would possess a significant tactical advantage. But the civilian applications were even more profound. Accelerated healing could revolutionize treatment for everything from diabetes-related wounds to surgical recovery. Yet significant questions remained. Why did only some people possess this ability naturally? Could it be taught or triggered in others? And what were the long-term consequences of healing at supernatural speeds? Recent advances in genetic engineering and cellular biology are bringing us closer to answering these questions. Scientists have identified specific genes associated with accelerated healing and are developing techniques to activate them in normal individuals. Early trials show promising results. Healthy volunteers given experimental treatments have shown 50 to 100% improvement in wound healing rates. The discovery of healing stem cells has proved particularly significant. These specialized cells, found in higher concentrations in fast healers, can differentiate into multiple tissue types and appear to coordinate the healing response across different body systems. Researchers are now working on techniques to harvest, multiply, and reintroduce these cells to enhance healing in ordinary individuals. But perhaps the most exciting developments are emerging from studies on salamanders and other creatures capable of true regeneration. Scientists have discovered that mammals, including humans, possess many of the same genetic pathways that allow salamanders to regrow entire limbs. These pathways are typically suppressed in adult humans, but researchers are learning how to reactivate them. Dr. Emily Watson, leading a team at the Regenerative Medicine Institute, successfully triggered finger regeneration in laboratory mice using a combination of growth factors and genetic manipulation. We're not just talking about faster healing anymore, Watson explains. We're approaching true regeneration, the ability to regrow lost tissue and even entire organs. The implications extend far beyond medicine. Athletes using experimental healing acceleration techniques are recovering from injuries in days instead of weeks. Elderly patients are showing renewed capacity for tissue repair. Even psychological trauma appears to heal faster when physical healing is accelerated, suggesting deep connections between mind and body that science is only beginning to understand. Yet these advances raise profound questions. If healing can be accelerated dramatically, what happens to the natural balance of life and death? Some researchers worry that rapid healing might interfere with the body's natural quality control systems, potentially allowing damaged or cancerous cells to proliferate unchecked. There are also concerns about inequality. If accelerated healing becomes available only to the wealthy, it could create a new form of biological class division. Those who can afford to heal quickly and those who cannot. The military applications remain controversial, with some arguing that soldiers capable of supernatural healing might be more likely to take dangerous risks. Despite these concerns, research continues to advance rapidly. Clinical trials are underway for treatments that could double or triple healing rates in ordinary individuals. Early results suggest that many people possess latent healing abilities that can be awakened through proper stimulation. The key appears to be understanding that healing is not a passive process, but an active biological program that can be optimized and enhanced. By combining the right growth factors, stem cell therapies, genetic activation, and even psychological techniques, researchers believe they can unlock accelerated healing in most humans. As we stand on the threshold of a new era in human biology, the implications of mastering accelerated healing extend far beyond individual health. If humans can learn to heal at twice the normal speed, we may be witnessing the next step in our species' evolution, a transition from beings limited by biological constraints to entities capable of transcending traditional physical limitations. The economic implications alone are staggering. Healthcare costs could plummet as patients spend less time recovering from injuries and surgeries. Lost productivity due to illness and injury could be dramatically reduced. Entire industries built around long-term care and rehabilitation might be transformed or become obsolete. But the deeper implications touch on fundamental questions about human nature. If we can heal from almost any injury quickly and completely, how might that change our relationship with risk, adventure, and physical challenge? Would humans become more willing to push physical boundaries, knowing that the consequences might be temporary? Some philosophers argue that struggle and recovery are essential parts of the human experience, that learning to heal too quickly might rob us of important psychological and spiritual growth. Others contend that eliminating unnecessary suffering should be humanity's highest priority, regardless of philosophical concerns. The research continues, driven by both scientific curiosity and practical necessity. An aging global population desperately needs better healing technologies. Climate change and environmental challenges may expose humans to new injuries and diseases that require enhanced recovery abilities. Perhaps most intriguingly, scientists are discovering that accelerated healing may be connected to other enhanced human capabilities. Fast healers often show improved immune function, better stress resistance, and even enhanced cognitive performance. This suggests that unlocking our healing potential might activate other dormant human abilities we haven't yet recognized. The military research. Programs that initially sparked interest in accelerated healing have evolved into comprehensive studies of human potential. Classified projects are reportedly investigating whether the same mechanisms that enable rapid healing might also enhance strength, endurance, and even sensory capabilities. If these connections prove real, accelerated healing might be just the beginning, a gateway to unlocking multiple enhanced human capabilities that have remained dormant throughout our species' history. The question is no longer whether humans can heal faster than currently believed possible. The evidence is overwhelming that they can. The real question is whether our society is prepared for the profound changes that widespread accelerated healing will bring. As we've seen throughout this exploration, the power to heal at superhuman speeds isn't science fiction. It's an emerging reality supported by decades of research and hundreds of documented cases. From battlefield soldiers to laboratory studies, from genetic discoveries to cellular regeneration breakthroughs, the evidence points to a startling conclusion. Accelerated healing may be a latent capability present in all humans, waiting for the right conditions to emerge. The implications challenge everything we think we know about human limitations. If we can heal twice as fast as previously thought possible, what other capabilities might we possess that we haven't yet discovered? The journey into enhanced human healing is revealing that our species may be far more adaptable and capable than we ever dared imagine. The secret to healing 2x faster isn't really a secret at all. It's a natural human potential that science is finally learning to understand and unlock. The question now is not whether we can achieve accelerated healing, but how quickly we can make it available to everyone who needs it. The future of human healing is arriving faster than anyone predicted, and it's more extraordinary than we ever dared to dream.